law and its portion in the church, be it all people iniquity for whatever purpose that which they desire. I don't believe that they will put themselves to a cross as a savior, but I do believe that they will orchestrate a law in a church. The idol bull, the dark church with all of the covenants of Odin, Beowulf, taken over by Caesar and the strip clubs, who are known mostly to be the law and its ordained ministry over the people in and out of household and the land of the brave and the home of the free. If one, like myself, I have no real memory of my family, no huge memory of my family. I have been stripped a lot of my life, and it's all things that I did in my own. But if I live a life not leading a better purpose in all of the things that I did of my own feet and of my own hands, then I have lived a life not doing nothing at all, when I purposely sought out as a child of a hermaphrodite soul, a species able to produce itself a fertility. What a person, and this is why I say to stay close to your family and memory, because these people come and an idol bull church. They come into these memories and make you hate your family and divide your family and make you hate everything about your life so they can get away with stealing those memories and put it on a TV, filling their pockets full of money. And I don't say the world is made in an orchestrated manner of architectural design. If you hate yourself, it is fair for somebody to take away what it is that you hate. If you hate it, a man's trash is another man's gold. So what is fair and what is unfair is a line to walk with the devil, so to say. It's she who grovels at the feet of the kings and the lords in the consolation over all consolation, the kings and the lords over all consolation. Delphi, the devil, the snake, the python, worthy to rise up as the Son of Man in salvation into the stars with the great commandment, seal of Solomon, and she who is spread out into all the people, worthy to win the spirits. It is a fine line to walk in a law that seeks, kills, and destroys with your own ancestors in the census. That third eye in the beginning that everybody fought, the Lord of Rings, the 9 rings, and the final ring that overpowered them all as the Savior, and the seal, the signet ring, the seal of the covenants, the lamp and the light of everlasting life that sees straight through the darkness and is able to speak through the darkness like a sword cutting straight through the darkness that nothing can stop it. But if you grow into the moral ethic and conform yourself to the law, everything that is good about you is taken and replaced with darkness that could lead to your family being turned into a divided family, where that is their practice in the idol bull church. The idol bull church is the Trinity, and even going against that, understanding that all of the hermaphrodite species, the species that are the covenants from God, the major hermaphrodite species who founded the earth, fighting against those people is like killing off of all of the hermaphrodite species that produce, killing the art of light and replacing it with darkness. The only thing one can do against odds of many is expose it in the formal letter of a papal bull. What is spread out into the people and what is heard in all of those people in the union against that preacher, against that officer, against that stripper, against that idol who had come in to thieve. The papal bull that had come into your life as a one person against many, a favored one in a union. The papal bull that came to thieve and make you hate yourself, make you hate your family. And the third eye used in a manner of impressions of your family while you're in a certain type of persecution that really has no effect other than a mental um, destruction of uh, many sorts of feelings and sympathies or uh, an appetite for something that is good in it all or an appetite of something that is bad in it all. But I say there is no real justice in this world, for only the children suffer after the idol had thefted from you as an adult with a rebirth of children, or as a child being born from God with all of the inherited grave that comes from Hades, dying from Orion, the light, into the more fleshly Hades, uh, is thefted from you and used in a practice of law. There is no real justice other than a lawman driving around in his patrol car, feeling like a kid and practicing kid stuff in a law that gets people killed, and that's not even good. So there is no real justice other than uh, exposing it and hoping that you are wise enough to win the spirits in the next salvation that comes, that is above you, who had ordained ministry called the papal bull, with a great congregation that had come against your family, hoping that in that salvation it may fall until it is finally purified and done coming against you, who is with wisdom able to rise and go into the stars after its full purity through the seven churches or the seven holy mountains above, that who seeks, kills, and destroys, puts their stuff in our households from our ancestors that they thefted from 10 years ago, and it belongs to us, and they practice law with it, but we choose in that law practice that belongs to us, the ancestors that they've taken from us. It says in the Bible that they will punish us for our ancestors, and we hate it because they practice law in a spiritual control, like Artaxerxes is explained, in a time of control and theft and so on, until the Savior was crossed in the Trinity and the Father hung from the tree of truth. That tree that speaks, that tree that speaks all things that are good, and truth be the final and most absolute destruction of the world. Wisdom.